guys, we have had a theme lately in our home and on video. It's eat more beans. So today I'm going to share a recipe that you may already be very familiar with. It's red beans and rice, and we're doing it with just some vegetables and spices. Give it a try. I think you're going to like it. So I have prepped ahead, and let me show you. If you can see here, I prepped some bell pepper. You could use any color you wanted. I actually have some of the mini bell peppers, so mine kind of has some of the different colors in there, but you can just use a green. Pretty much when we get through cooking this, it's going to look brown, and that's okay. But we have chopped celery here, some chopped garlic, and chopped onion. We'll have the recipe at HelloHealthyHabits.com, and you can find the exact amounts there. So I am going to put these into my Instapot. I love that within about 30 minutes, my Instapot can have beans ready and yummy. So you gotta love that. But there was a little prep last night, and let me tell you about that. As we've probably talked before, or you may already know, beans can be a little bit hard to digest. It's very important to soak beans overnight. So I have soaked my beans overnight. Here they are. They are already soaked and rinsed. And then I have also made brown rice, and just make that according to package directions. You may want to make sure to get organic brown rice on that one because there are different sources, and just make sure that you're getting a good one. So from there, we're going to take the items here that are prepped and chopped, and they're just going to saute. Well, you know what? Excuse me just a second. I think I've mentioned before I'm no gourmet cook, right? But we are going to add just a little bit of avocado oil. We've talked before that avocado oil can take a little bit more heat than some of the oils, so about a couple tablespoons of that. Now you could also do this by just adding a little bit of water in there and letting these steam to kind of soften it first. It's okay either way. So now I'm just going to take this handy little chopping board that folds and just make sure all of those get in there. I'll be stirring those. The green onions go on at the end. So right now I'm just going to saute those. I'll be back with you in just a few. So I'm back. We have sauteed our vegetables, and 2 or 3 minutes is fine on sauteing. Probably on medium if you're not using an Instapot. My Instapot has that handy little saute button, so yay. From there, we're just going to add the rest of the ingredients. So I'm going to add 4 cups of a vegetable broth, and normally I would go ahead and add 6 because you want 6 liquid cups, but I only have 4 today, and so I am going to use 2 cups of water and some of my organic vegetable broth bouillon. So it's called Better Than Bouillon, and it's really handy to have when you don't have vegetable broth and you have a recipe that calls for it. So I will add a little bit of that. A lot of times it's a little bit difficult to get off the spoon, so not the greatest when you're trying to share a recipe and look real cool, but I think I gave up on trying to be cool a long time ago, so I'm good. Then we're going to add the spices. Now I'm leaving the salt out because it's something we can add at the end, and some people enjoy it, some people don't, so I really think it needs a little bit. But do choose a good salt, one that's just harvested and not processed. And then also cayenne pepper. I think red beans and rice need a little cayenne pepper, but that's another one of the things that, you know, if you know everybody that's going to be eating loves that heat, then go ahead and add it. If not, again, it's something you can put on the table and sprinkle in. So what I've done is include a bay leaf and then a half a teaspoon each of thyme and oregano. Probably a 1/4 teaspoon or so of freshly ground black pepper. You can go more on that if you want. So I'm just going to put all of these in. These are the beans. As I mentioned, I soaked those overnight, so they've sort of plumped up. So they're ready to go in, and the spices are ready to go in. That extra couple of cups of water that go with my bouillon. And then again, these are reserved for the end. We're going to top with those. So I'm going to give it a quick stir. Oh guys, it looks good already. Kind of smells good also. Okay, now I'm just going to top it, and I have a handy little bean button that just knows how long to cook them. I do check it just to make sure. Once in a while something I cook needs a little bit longer, but I'll be back in 30, all right? So here we are back, and the beans are done. Yay. And what you will probably enjoy is if you mash a few of the beans, it's going to give it a little bit of a thicker consistency, sort of like we're used to with red beans and rice. So I'm going to use my potato masher, but some of you may have one of those little immersible blenders that you can zit, and I don't have one of those, so I'm not going to mash all of them. I'm just going to mash some of them just to kind of thicken the broth in the beans. So, but I'm going to call that good, and I may, when they cool off, put a little bit in the blender and put back, but let's just do this. So I cooked the brown rice. This is an organic brown rice I got at Costco. I have cooked it already, and then spooned it in here, and then I'm just going to take some of the beans and pour over that. Now tell me that does not look delicious, and we know what's in there because we've been studying beans. Some powerful nutrients and fibers and prebiotics, and yum! So talk about delicious and healthy. So there we go. Guys, that's ready to go, and it really is pretty simple. The Instapot does most of the work. Just put it in, let it go to work. There are even frozen bags of the celery and bell peppers and onions if you want to go that route. I have purchased those before, so there are a lot of different ways to make this even simpler than it was. But yummy, delicious. Give it a try. I'd love to know what you think. All right, God bless you big. Bye-bye.